A warm welcome to our webinar today on how you can win an award with Co. We have some great things on the agenda, and we'll start with an introduction to Co and to the awards and how you can benefit from them. Also, what we're looking for and how to match it. We'll then hear from David Goodwin, who heads up the sustainability side for PDS Multinational, one of the largest supplier networks in the world, on their exciting new award for innovation, which includes the opportunity for you to pitch for investment for your business. First time we're running that as part of the Co Awards. We'll then hear from three of the winners of the prestigious Co 10. That's 10 inspirational leaders in sustainable fashion. Just 10 businesses each year win a Co 10 award with Co. I'll then pass to Andy, who heads up our supplier base, and I'll give you a speedy tour around how to create an award-winning business profile on Co. And finally, we'll end with some exciting new functionality we're launching on Co for our members. Some of our speakers, as I said, we're going to hear from Andy, from David, and three of our award winners. So Common Objective is a community dedicated to doing fashion better. And our almost just under 50,000 members share a common objective: great fashion products that value the people who make them, who made them, and the planet. And our goal, our overarching goal and mission, is to turn sustainability from a cost to an opportunity. And the way we do that is through boosting businesses on the site that operate in the most sustainable way. The awards are part of that, but we also have a ranking system, so anybody can join Co for free. I hope that many of you in this webinar are already members of Common Objective. If you're not, you can sign up in a couple of minutes on the site and create a matching profile for yourself. So you sign up as an individual, you then land on a dashboard which matches you with information, with training, with contacts, with suppliers, with buyers. You can join for free, you can upgrade to access more content, and you can create a business profile. Any individual can create a business profile free of charge. And the more sustainability information you enter onto that profile, the higher your search ranking on Co. The awards are a big part of that. So if you win an award, it gives one of the biggest boosts that you can get for your award, for your profile on Co. And it really does make a difference. So our highest ranking profiles, business profiles on Co, get up to 2,700 times as many views as the lowest ranking. You will also have the opportunity to gain promotion across the breadth of the Co platform as a winner of the Co Leadership Awards. I'm going to pass to Marielle, our head of community, to tell you a little bit about the Co community and why it's exciting to be a part of it.
Thank you, Tamsin. It is such a pleasure to see so many familiar faces and also new members coming into Common Objective. We are a community of top leaders, change makers, and people that wants to do good. We are building a community that has professionals in brands, suppliers, manufacturers around the world that are working towards a common objective with our values, with leadership, collaboration. And that's what you're going to see today at Common Objective, a little piece of what the everyday life is to connect with each of you. So I pass now the mic to continue the microphone and the program, and I will be in the chat connecting with you and answering all your questions for how to win an award with Co.
Thank you so much, Marielle. And this is just an example of some of the representatives we've got on Co. Now, representatives from almost any brand you could mention, but also thousands of pioneers and entrepreneurs, people at the beginning of their journey, ambassadors for change. Really important to Co and the Co community, those at the beginning of the journey. And we've had a couple of questions on that, which we will answer. So the goal of the awards, the real aim of the Co Awards is to put the spotlight on best practice and create a race to the top. So we want to see businesses that are operating more sustainably, getting more customers and more success. Why should it be that a business that invests in operating in the best possible way, in doing its best for the people behind the product, should be penalized by having to spend more on certification, by having to spend more time on upskilling and training their team, All of that should be an advantage, an opportunity, not a cost. And that's what the award's about. There's no limit to the number of winners on the award. In fact, indeed, we have a target to meet on how many win the award standard. So rather than having a limit for the number of awards that we issue, we are working really hard across the Co team to help our business members to gain an award. To do so, you need to meet 4 out of our 6 membership criteria. I'm going to navigate to the Co site so that I can show you directly how you can find what you need and answers to what you need about the Co awards. So you should now be seeing the Co awards. Now you can access this at any point through your own browser on Co. So click on Co awards. I'm going to first give you a quick snapshot of the previous winners. So we have a sub-site here, previous winners. As a winner, you will be represented on this site. So in here, you can see we've got the Co 10. So that's the top 10 businesses that meet 6 out of 6 of our leadership criteria and really excel. So you can see some of the businesses who won last time. And as you know, we've got 3 of these in with us today to hear about their journey and how they got there. We also have suppliers and brands listed here and represented here, and these link back to your Co profile. So if I go back to the Co pages, the award pages, to give you a little bit of an idea on how you enter and who can enter and what the criteria are that we're looking for. So first of all, who can enter? The awards are open to anybody. So basically anyone with a business profile on Co and a product or service based anywhere in the world can apply and participate in the Leadership Award. It is open to pioneers and early stage. So we had a few questions from businesses that were just at sampling stage. If you can demonstrate that you have a product and a service, then you can apply and you can be a part of it. We are looking at also putting the spotlight on businesses that are at the early stage in their launch. It can help you, for those of you who are looking for suppliers through the platform. Certainly our suppliers see advantage in working with award-winning brands. So we will, as a Co team, seek to find the businesses that have a lot of potential and recommend those through the award process. How do you enter? So we don't want to create extra work for you. I certainly have, as a business owner, an entrepreneur, having a fashion brand many years ago, have been party to the challenges of entering into competitions and grant funding processes and bids, and the amount of work that it takes can be debilitating. We don't want this process of applying for the awards to take anybody away from the thing that matters most, which is running their business and succeeding with it. That's why we've integrated the awards application process with joining Co. So your business profile is your application to the awards. And Andy will show you in the second part of this webinar how you can update your business profile, how you can make it most effectively address what we're looking for in the awards. And there are prompts that take you through the business profile. So whether or not you win an award, it's still been a worthwhile process because you have a profile on Co, which is starting to get visitors for you, which is increasing your visibility on the site. So criteria and how to win. There are 6 criteria which you need to meet as a Co award winner. First of all, your mission. Every business that participates that wins a leadership award needs to have sustainability integral to the way they operate. And you can show that on your Co profile. Business models. So does your company's revenue and profit model maximize benefits to people and minimize the impact on the environment? That means if your model is all about very fast fashion that's sold very cheaply, there's a limit to whether you may not be able to tick this box. 3D business models include, excellence best practice in this include repair, rental, profit sharing, donations, charitable causes, or just running a business, which we call 3D, three-dimensional, in which social and environmental goals are as important as your financial goals. You don't have to meet all these 6 criteria to gain a leadership award. You need to meet at least 4. If you want to meet the Code 10, you need to excel in 6. So products and services. Does your business offer well-designed, high-quality products and services that maximize benefits to people and minimize impact on the environment? So for pioneers, if you're starting out, you need to demonstrate that you've got ideas around these products, that they have potential. Impact, this is a really important one. Can your business demonstrate clear and specific positive impact on people and the environment? Now, you can represent that through your business profile, through the free text sections, but you can also upload impact reports. Roadmap, does your business have a specific sustainability goals for the future? Co is all about progress. So we know that it's not possible to tick all the boxes at once, but if you have a roadmap to where you want to go, then you can achieve incredible things. And you'll see that from some of our Code 10 winners. We also have tools on Code that are available for you to support you in this. You can access our sustainability roadmap, which gives you a template. You can then upload that roadmap to your profile and boost your ranking. And finally, communications. So one of the great opportunities of the fashion industry is that we reach an enormous audience through media, through our communications. Businesses can transform behavior that way, fashion businesses. So does your business have a strong communication that raises awareness, changes behavior? Certainly Bottletop is one example of how a business has used their platform to transform opportunities and address challenges. And we'll hear a bit more about that later. So just to finish off, if you have further questions, please post them in the chat. We've got members of the team who can answer some of those. And we also have quite a lot here in the awards FAQ. I think quite a few of the questions that were entered in during the application process, you'll find answers to them then. And just to add that you can, Co as a resource is set up to support businesses to do business better. So on here we have enormous amounts of learning materials. So I mentioned the 3D suite, the sustainability roadmap. You can access this to support you to operate in a more sustainable way. And you can access that to support you in the award. So you can also, a lot of our content on Co is free, but you can upgrade very simply from $19.99 to access a huge amount more. So now I'm going to introduce for the first time, the Innovation Award that we are including in this year's Co Leadership Awards. So we have partnered with PDS Multinational. In fact, they're an investor in Co from the very beginning, a really important relationship for us. An exciting business because they not only have a lot of clout, one of the largest suppliers in the world, they also have a deep-rooted commitment to sustainability across their operations, and not just integrating sustainability within their operations, but also supporting sustainability across the industry. And as part of that, they have started to invest in innovation. We have a PDS Innovation Award Hub. I'm sure one of the team will post the link for that in the chat so you can access it, which shows you some of the examples of businesses that they have already invested in across the fashion industry, initiatives that are really changing things. So we're partnering with PDS this time round to give 3 winners. So these are businesses that are shortlisted from the Co Leadership Award process. So there's nothing different you need to do to be a part of the potential to gain the Innovation Award. You just apply in the normal way. And then there will be 3 who are shortlisted and have the opportunity to pitch for investment. 2 main criteria, things that they're looking for above and beyond the leadership 6 criteria on Co. One is innovation-led business models. So are you leveraging emerging technologies? Do you have a unique value proposition? Is it commercially viable? And then we also have a criteria around scalability. So innovations that seize an opportunity and create a new market or industry. target a large addressable market and have immediate and longer term impact on the environment and society as a whole. Now, we're looking for you to demonstrate some of your response to these in your business profile. So represent, you can upload anything that you need to, reports, supporting information, and we will shortlist based on that. There will also be an article that we'll promote afterwards, which will give you a bit more clarity on this so that you have these to hand, and we'll be uploading this presentation so you won't lose it. So without further ado, let me pass to welcome David, who's in the webinar now.
Hello. Hi. Yes,
welcome.
Hi. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Would you tell us a little bit more about the Innovation Award and why PDS invests in innovation?
Certainly, yeah. As you mentioned, PDS is one of the largest vertically integrated supply chain players in the fashion industry today, having a presence across the entire fashion ecosystem, end to end. This position has been achieved and maintained through engagement and through continuous innovation over a number of years, and it's been one of the key strategic priorities for the PDS group. PDS invests in innovation in order to provide differentiation and offer better value to its customers through its unique value proposition. As we'll all have recognised, 2020 has been a rather disruptive year. We've witnessed structural changes both in retail and in consumers' buying patterns. This cloud of disruption does, however, come with something of a silver lining, in that it's resulted in accelerated innovation across our industry, especially in the area of sustainability. And at PDS, we're happy to position ourselves at the forefront of that. Aside from our core manufacturing and sourcing businesses, PDS is committed to investing £25 million over the next 5 years to back innovative startup brands and disruptive business models through PDS Ventures, which is the group's venture capital arm. Sustainability is one of our key investment themes, where we drive innovative environmental and social governance related solutions. As you said, Tamsin, earlier on, PDS was one of the early investors in Common Objective. I'd like to say that we're absolutely proud to be associated with this first ever Innovation Award presented by Common Objective. The award's designed to identify and encourage innovation-led business models, which also have the potential to create a larger impact on the environment. It's exciting for us to be able to be closely interact with the businesses that apply for this award.
Thank you. And what are you looking for? What is it you're looking for in the winners to this award?
Well, as referenced at the introduction, the PDS Group Innovation Award, for this we're looking for businesses that excel across two main criteria. The first, innovation-led business models, and secondly, scalability. These criteria are in addition to the Common Objective criteria that you set out earlier on for the other Common Objective awards. We're looking for innovation-led business models that can leverage emerging technologies in order to create environmentally friendly products and or services. We want to see that their business models deliver a value proposition that's got game-changing advantages over other alternatives. Within the PDS Ventures portfolio, we've got numerous examples of businesses operating in the sustainable materials, circular economy, and community spaces. I'll just give you a few examples. Matera is an innovative technology firm that's growing premium sustainable cotton, which is farmed pesticide-free and uses 80% less water than conventional cotton. We have a business called Nature Coatings, which is a company that transforms wood waste into high-performance black pigments for use in the industry. And we have a business called Filcor, which makes granulate from the fashion industry's stock waste using patented technology. We think it's also vital that we can clearly envisage commercial viability and economic desirability of the businesses to whom we're looking to give these awards. The second criteria for the awards, scalability, we're looking to invest in innovations that not only address a need and solve a problem, but also seize an opportunity that can potentially create a new market or even a new industry. By targeting a large addressable market or providing the potential to add value through multiple use cases across industries, these businesses can have an immediate as well as a long-term impact on the environment and on society as a whole, as you mentioned. A good example of that would be Yellow Octopus, which began its journey as a company that bought and resold unwanted stock from brands and retailers. Today, Yellow Octopus is a leader in the fashion industry's circular economy, providing innovative technical and practical solutions in support of the industry's need to become more sustainable.
Thank you. And just to mention that all of these businesses that David is introducing are on Co and can be found in the PDS Innovation Hub. The link's in the chat.
Thank you for the advert.
Just finally, how will the winners benefit?
Okay. Well, as well as the award itself and the prestige that obviously goes along with that, the top 3 winners of the PDS Innovation Award will get the opportunity to pitch for an investment in their businesses from PDS Ventures and PDS Ventures partners. Along with this comes the opportunity for the winners to interact with the appropriate PDS Group business units and tap into a wealth of knowledge, experience, and expertise that we have spread across the group and across the globe in all key business disciplines. This, of course, is over and above the standard common objective awards benefits that were outlined in an earlier slide, which are, amongst others, an enhanced profile and wider recognition for the business on the common objective platform and consequentially higher search rankings. I think to summarize those benefits, innovative and scalable businesses are what the industry needs. They're what PDS is looking for, and they're what PDS Ventures is looking to invest in.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
They've been incredibly inspiring. We're so excited to see the applicants to these awards.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the shortlist. I think it'll be fabulous.
Sure, yeah, I'm sure it will. Thank you. I see some questions coming in the chat, so we'll try and answer those. We'll also have a Q&A session at the end where we can address anything that wasn't answered. But now is a chance to hear from some of the co-10. So some of the inspiring entrepreneurs who made it to the top 10 businesses in our Leadership Excellence Award category. So first of all, Paola from Mayamiko, who was really outstanding as a small business and as an entrepreneur who's persevered over the years with very little backing to achieve success with the brand. Paola, would you tell us a little bit about how you've combined sustainability with successful products and sales for Mayamiko?
Sure. Thank you, Tamsin, and hi, everyone. So my name is Paola. I'm the founder of a small brand called Mayamiko. We are a responsible fashion brand that fuses modern design and traditional techniques, working with artisans around the world. Our heritage is out of Malawi, a country in Southeastern Africa. We started off as a charity. So I guess from the beginning, our purpose was to work with local communities in Malawi, particularly with disadvantaged women, and help create job opportunities for them. The brand evolved on the back of that. So I think, obviously, commercial sustainability was always part of the vision, because we wanted to be able to create sustainable, dignified jobs for women in Malawi. But actually, increasingly, it became clear for us that you couldn't separate environmental sustainability from social justice from commercial sustainability. So we've been on a bit of a journey in the last 4 or 5 years to really bring all of that together. And while we started off with sort of really strong credentials from an ethics perspective, so making sure that people were treated well, that they were paid fairly, that they had good development opportunities. It was also about how can we not only maximize our impact on people, but also how can we not just minimize negative impact on the environment, but also is there a way that we can create a positive impact on the environment? So, for example, using regenerative agriculture for the fibers that we work with, using natural dyes. So it's been a bit of a journey, and it hasn't been always easy. As you say, it does take a lot of perseverance, especially when you're a small brand and you're self-funded. But I think building a community, we're direct to consumers, so we sell directly to our consumers through our website. And we use our social media platforms a lot as a way of communicating with our audiences. So creating a sense of community and sort of that support from our customers has been really crucial to see us really through quite some tricky times. If you think about COVID last year, we had probably about 6 to 8 months where we couldn't really do anything. It was either lockdown in the UK where our stock arrives and it is distributed from, or, there was lockdown and border closures in Malawi and in other countries where we partner with other artisans, so we couldn't get anything out. And actually working with consumers that see the value of buying from a brand like ours meant that more often than not, they were happy to pay up front for products that they were getting, maybe a couple of months later. So it's been really interesting to see how, that loyalty from our consumers has been really what's carried us through some quite tricky times as well. So I'd say, commercial sustainability is really embedded in our DNA, working with consumers that understand the value of what we do and are willing to pay the prices that are fair, but also wait for the pace that we can work at.
Thank you so much, Paola. Very quickly, one recommendation from your journey for the audience.
Sustainability in fashion is hard. And when I say sustainability, I mean, both from a people and environmental perspective. My suggestion would be pick something that is really meaningful to you, and focus on that first and get that right, and then build the other components, on top of that. And then be transparent with your consumers. Tell them the things that you're good at, the things that you need to get better at. Share with them the journey you're on, because consumers understand that it's difficult to get everything right, and they'd rather you were honest than being greenwashed and told things that are not true. They don't necessarily want perfection. They want to create a relationship, and they want that to be honest.
Thank you so much. And any questions to Paola? We've got her in the webinar are you able to stay till the end?
Yep.
So yeah, please post those. You've got her expertise there for a short while. Sonica, very warm welcome. Again, Sonica Sarna, a supplier, one of our Co-10 winners, incredibly inspiring. Could you just take a few minutes to tell us about your company and specifically how you've managed to achieve sales and achieve success alongside your sustainability objectives?
Thank you, Damson, and hello to everyone who's attending today. Before I get started, I want to say that common objective actually has been a big part of our journey. When we first started out working in sustainability for a very long time, I had a dire need for a community because I've been working in fashion sustainability since the early 2000s, and CEO's arrival onto the scene where we can all talk and share ideas and best practices has been the dream. So thank you to the CEO team for the work you guys are doing. Your presence is a critical part of our survival as a business. So hats off to you guys. As far as our business model is concerned, really quickly, We work at the intersection of fashion and activism, and we essentially took the idea of fast fashion and we turned it on its head. Since I come from fashion production and supply chains, we encountered early on the various problems which have now become mainstream problems in fashion. Problems around human rights, around non-organic materials, around the role of women, around the negative environmental impact, around the lack of representation of artisan communities. And effectively, over the last 20 years, we've built a sustainable fashion business that addresses each of the problems created by fast fashion, one problem at a time. And as overwhelming as that might sound, what we've simply done is, because we're specialists in fashion manufacturing and design, we began to look at the problems for what they were, and we built a viable business model that addressed those problems one issue at a time. So we developed artisan partnerships with over 40 artisan communities across India and trained them in international business best practices. We began to explore working with low impact, sustainable organic materials, and then evolved and learned more to work with regenerative materials. We saw the lack of representation of women across the supply chain and developed a women's empowerment project and encouraged at least 50% participation of women and their earning of fair wages across the supply chain. We found a huge information gap amongst designers and brands that we work with in terms of implementing these sustainability words that are thrown around these days. And so we began education programs to help designers and brands walk the talk. So I think the reason we were recognized as people who've done well in sustainability is probably because we've stayed true to our path. And as we have learned more and more of the problems that we're encountering in fashion, our attitude has been of problem solving and creating solutions that are really rooted in the reality of the fashion business. And therefore, financial viability and practicality are embedded in our business solutions. So we offer consulting services, we offer manufacturing services, we offer sourcing business models, we empower artisan communities. But each of these is built from the ground up with an understanding of how to make them financially viable. Because we believe at our heart that everyone wants to do the right thing in fashion, but perhaps they lack either the information or a pathway to create valid business models that are sustainable. And that essentially has been the true north for us. And that's why we're grateful to CEO for having recognized over 20 years of work that we've done, that if we create a production model of, say, organic fabrics or working with artisans, we've thought about what it means in terms of pricing, production, lead times, and how to integrate sustainability values into the core business models of our brand and design partners. And so the way we've been able to financially sustain ourselves is we've always come up with solutions that are holistic, because sustainability is of course environmental. We have to consider human rights, but we also have to think about financial sustainability. You can't really come up with solutions that are not practical and can't be implemented or can't be met by the industry as it stands today. And I think that ear to the ground approach is what has served us really well. And that's how we've remained a financially viable business through what I would say are pretty difficult times. Tamsin, I hope that answers the question you had for me.
Incredibly inspiring. And I know we've got quite a few plans in the space. So if you're looking for suppliers, Sonica Sarna should be on your list, and you'll find them on Co. Just one final recommendation for the audience.
Absolutely. I had to think about this because I like to give you one recommendation. I would say that if you are someone who cares about the planet, about the fashion industry, and about doing good, you need to figure out what your non-negotiables are. It can be, as Mayamiko so beautifully shared, they're such a wonderful brand, that it can be challenging and difficult to do the right thing in fashion. And we all need to hustle and find, business models that work for us. Like, for example, we are actually now a direct-to-consumer brand as well, in addition to being a supplier. So we have to do what we have to do to survive. But I think as a brand and as a company, we are clear about what our core values are in terms of social and environmental impact, and we never move away from that. And we have found that we have had collaborations, community support, and organic and healthy partnerships from within the fashion community, as long as we have stayed true to what we believe in and what our value systems are. So when it comes to having a sustainability roadmap or to having core sustainability values embedded into your business model, I think that is critical, because that's what you have to keep going back to when things get tough, and they're mostly tough. So that's the one recommendation I have.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Marielle, for sharing the connections in the chat. So you can,
Thank you.
Co now is a community where you can message any of our members on the site. So you've got the links to do so there. Thanks so much. And our final winner, who we're going to hear from today, is Cameron. Welcome to the event, Cameron. It's been so inspiring to see your journey with Bottletop, which began with an idea and a challenge that you needed to solve, a really serious challenge, poverty and other problems. And you created a product that became really outstanding, a signature product. You now have a shop on Regent Street. How did you do it? Can you tell us a little bit about your journey?
Thanks, Tamsin. It's so nice to be here with you all. And I'd like to just echo Paola and Sonica there in terms of just saying a big thank you to Common Objective on behalf of all of us, really, because I think this community that you guys have created, this platform that you've created, is just the most extraordinary resource, an opportunity for people to come together and be inspired and to inspire others. And I think it takes a village to really drive impact in this, particularly in this fast-paced and highly challenging industry that we're all, so passionate about. And this space is absolutely critical. So thank you. Wow, how's it happened? I can't believe it'll be our 20th anniversary. Also like Sonica next year. And the inspiration was for me living in the mountains in southeast Uganda for 9 months when I was 19 years old, and just seeing so many treasures, so many beautiful artisanal pieces that I knew would be incredibly popular, but that I could also see were having such a real impact on people in terms of their livelihoods locally in Uganda, and wanting to share that and wanting to build on that. And so the name Bottletop obviously came from that original design made from the recycled tops from glass bottles in East Africa. And we created our first artisanal training programs in Kenya and South Africa. But it was through working and collaborating with initially Mulberry, and then more recently with other established brands like Narciso Rodriguez and DKNY that helped us really leverage existing brands, their platforms, to generate the kind of reach and storytelling that we wanted to be able to grow our impact in terms of livelihood creation. And so our mission and values were really established from day one in terms of setting out to empower people through livelihood creation, working to defend the planet in terms of the materials that we use, so using waste materials, using sustainably sourced materials, and always working to incorporate any new innovations that we came across or that we could be a part of in the supply chain, and becoming part of almost the testing process in certain cases, which was at times a nightmare and at times really, really exciting. And ultimately, the third pillar for us has always been about advocacy. It's always been, I think, fundamentally about understanding that we're only going to achieve the kind of objectives globally that we want to see if we're talking to a consumer that understands why these things matter. And so I think with fashion, it became clear to us very early on that we were able to unpack critical development issues and narrative through design in a way that wasn't being done and that was being missed. And I think understanding the power and excitement and reach that fashion and creativity as a whole can have, we've always wanted to leverage that to raise awareness and drive action and impact in making the world, a better place. So that for us became the kind of ongoing creation of the brand, working to source artisanal production techniques that really needed needed support, needed oxygen in a way, and we've ended up working for many years now in Brazil and also in Nepal, where we've created workshops and ateliers. And the latest program that we're excited to be launching is actually in the heart of the Amazon rainforest. But always with that kind of thinking of how can we bring the story to life for people? How can we marry beautiful design, real quality, with the stories that we want to share of those people behind the designs? So I think that's really one of the two of the fundamentals for me. I think for any brand at any stage of their journey, it always comes back to product quality. How is your product differentiated from everything else out there, which seems so obvious, but it's so fundamental. And how do you use that to tell your story and really share the impact that you're having on people or planet or both? And storytelling, again, I think that's being able to leverage the toolkit of social media today is an extraordinary advantage for new designers, new brands coming to the marketplace. We can all be so innovative in how we tell our story, leveraging all of those tools to gain visibility in really exciting ways, and to again educate the consumer so that all of these things that we care about and that matter to us matter to them and matter to them increasingly. So I think those are the key elements. It's always a joy to connect with the family at Common Objective, because we're sort of all coming from the same place.
Thank you. So inspiring. I wish we had more time, because I think we could do with another hour of hearing from you, but we're slightly over. So thank you so much. And if you want to connect with Cameron and find out more about Bottletop, you can find them on Co. So we're going to move on. I'm going to hand over to Andy, who manages our business base on the platform. He's going to tell you a little bit more about how to boost your profile on Co and how to enter the kind of information that we're looking for to win an award.
Brilliant. Thank you, Tamsin. We're going to fly through this pretty quickly. This is when you log into Common Objective, this is what you'll see. This is your personal dashboard. And then from here, I'll show you how to go to your business profile and then what particularly you need to make sure is in there, information that put in there. Tamsin already explained the criteria. And so if you can explain through your business profile how you're meeting that criteria, that would be very advantageous. So this is your dashboard. Here is my a link to my individual profile, and then a link to any business profiles that I have. If you don't have a business profile, there'll be a button here that says set up a business profile. Click on that and you'll be guided through a process to set one up. So if I click here, I'll go to the Common Objective business profile. And because I'm an administrator on this profile, I can edit it. And so these pencil icons here are because I'm an administrator. If you're not an administrator of the business profile you're linked to, then you will not see this. And the administrator of that profile can add you very simply by logging in and then editing here to add you to their profile. So I'm going to show you one more thing. You see these yellow icons here. These are little guides as to the sections that you need to fill out in order to be considered for a co-leadership award. So when you see that, simply click edit and you can go through the process of editing that section. Like here, I can then fill in all the information that's relevant to my business. So I'm going to show you a business profile that's really good, and just to guide you through that process. When someone comes on Co and they want to connect with a business, they click connect, and they then have a list of all the businesses which are ranked based on the algorithm, which is based on exactly the 3D business stuff that Tamsin was talking about. So that your sustainability, your approach to sustainability, and the products and services and so on. So this is Outland Denim, who were Code 10 a winner last time. We just heard from some other Code 10 winners. This was another one. And their business profile here they've got a notice at the top, and so any paid business member can submit a notice. And then portfolio. So Cameron was talking about the product, doing really good quality products and services, if that's what you do. And so this is a place that you can have pictures, you could have videos, you could, so here we've got an embedded video, and there's also on Outland Denim's business profile a link to their own website from theirs, because again, they're a paid member, so they can add a link. So in that section, just feature, you can have up to 3 as a free member, just feature great images, great videos, and demonstrate what you're doing in terms of delivering products and services. Then about, so this is obviously just simply what your business is about. Your USP really helps to distinguish how you are unique, mission. And then if you carry on down, these is where you can add other individuals to your profile that work for the same business. Here are the list of all the products and services that you offer. And then the sustainability section, which is obviously crucial. That is at the heart of what we're about. And so if you edit this and company practices, this is literally just a sentence on any that are relevant for you. So there'll be a pencil icon if you're an administrator of this of your business profile. You click on that, and at that point you can edit your company practices. Just 1 or 2 sentences on any that are relevant will really help. It'll help the judges know more about you, but it will also help any buyers, professionals, whoever's visiting your profile over the coming months and years. On the right-hand side, we've got sustainability objectives. Super inspiring. You take a look through Co at some of the sustainability objectives, is fantastic. Certifications and memberships, reports and policies, and then sustainability roadmap. All of these things not only help you to win an award, but help you to appear higher in the search ranking. So this is, like Tamsin said, we don't want to do application forms. We don't want to create extra work. We want the work that you put into your business profile to have a longer term impact for your business, not just for winning an award, but down the line as well, that it's there, it's on the site, and people can discover it and connect with you. Just to highlight again the sustainability roadmap. We've got content on Co, which Tamsin mentioned before, which can help you do that. If you go to Learn and then 3D Business Suite and click on Sustainability Roadmaps, this is a whole toolkit here that can guide you through that process. You don't have to do it in this format, but this is one format which a lot of co-members have found helpful and useful. So at that point, I'm going to hand back to Tamsin.
Thank you, Andy. Excellent. And I'm going to finish off by telling myself and Andy are going to finish off by telling you a little bit about some of the things that we've got coming up on Co. We've had our heads down over the last year with COVID. We'd normally be running quite a few physical events, which were cancelled. And we've seen the silver lining in that we've been able to really focus on what Co is about, which is connecting people from all over the world online and creating a community that can solve problems without having to travel halfway across the world. So I'm going to tell you, first of all, a little bit about what you can gain from our upgrades on the site. So as mentioned, you can join the Co site for free and you can create a business profile, but really about building a network of individuals and businesses that are invested in the community. And our goal is to set our membership prices at lower than what you gain through being a member. We really want to provide you far more value than you spend on the membership. So to upgrade an individual, you can do that from just $19.99 a month. And you have access to all of our content. So the things that we've shared, sustainability roadmap, there's fabric switches, there's answers to almost any question you would have on sustainability. We're building tools to support you, and we're launching imminently later this month something really exciting, which has been in the pipeline for some time. We call it co-training credits. Now, at the beginning of this webinar, I mentioned that we're all about turning sustainability from a cost to an opportunity. We want to see those businesses and individuals who invest and who are committed to sustainability gaining more customers, gaining more opportunities in their careers. And that's why we've grouped our content together into what we call co-training credits. Now you complete, it's a 5-week training course, which once you complete a short quiz, and you then get a stamp, a credit on your individual profile, which says you've done it. So if you're looking to expand your career in sustainable fashion, you can talk about your skills. If you're linked with any business at all, that business will also get the credit onto this profile. And what's exciting for us is those will boost the profile. So the more that your team gets upskilled on or gains knowledge around sustainability, demonstrates that commitment, the higher your business will rank. And watch out for that. You have an opportunity to that as a paid member. We're also launching a series of events. We'll tell you a little bit about brand leaders, where we're focusing on bringing members together. Because what we've noticed is that once individuals and businesses invest a little in the platform, they're much more committed, they're much more engaged, and we want to build that opportunity. You have unlimited connections. So as a free member, you can only access a limited number of connections with others. There's no limit at all. And you have a premium business profile. So if you're looking to get engaged with the fashion industry as an individual, or you're a consultant that has skills, you can share those much more effectively with a premium profile. When it comes to business membership, here's where we've also got some exciting things in the pipeline. So Andy showed you some of the benefits, what he was showing you, the co-profile, which is premium, and also the Outland Denim profile, which is a premium one. So currently, you can upgrade to a premium profile for $299 a year or $29 a month. We are increasing the price of that because we're launching some pretty awesome things in the next month. So we're working towards a launch on the 20th of October of what we call Co 2.0, which will ramp up the opportunities you have as a business member on the platform. We're also increasing the price so that we can cover the cost. But for anybody who upgrades between now and then, so if you upgrade your business before the 20th, we'll give you that all of that functionality for the current price. So £200 less than what it's going to be. And that includes a premium business profile. So what you get with that is the opportunity to post notices. So you can get a lot, really boost your business. Now, if you go onto Co, you'll see that we have a community notice board, which is matched with everybody who joins. So when you join, you get matched with notices, you get matched with individuals, you get matched with businesses. And those notices also show on relevant articles. So if somebody's reading an article and your business offers something relevant to that article, you'll be featured there through your notice board. We know some of our businesses do incredible things and we want to get them out there. So you need to be a premium business to access those notice opportunities. And we're going to be ramping up the way that we promote those in the next couple of months with a regular update to all of our members, and the opportunity in our functionality next up to be able to follow a business. So your clients can follow you and get your notices directly into their inbox. Finally, with a premium business model, you can also upload a lot more in your portfolio. So you're limited as to what you can show. The Outland Denim profile that Andy showed you was pro, so they could represent a lot more products. That means that they do get more, raise higher in the search rankings because more people are looking for more products that are relevant to them. And finally, projects. I'm going to pass over to Andy to tell you a little bit about projects and how it works.
Thank you. Yeah, we're launching projects next month, and projects is a tool which will enable brands to submit as their needs in terms of apparel they're looking to source, fabric or accessories, and then for suppliers to respond to that with a proposal. So it's a way of connecting brands and suppliers, and as it says here, it's a request for quote feature, and we really want it to turn sustainability from use it to turn sustainability from a cost into an opportunity. which is at the heart of what Co is about. So that's for paid pro members, business members.
Thank you. And then moving on to some of the, I'd mentioned training credits, those are launching imminently, so in the content capability. And then we also have some exciting events coming up. So as a pro member, if you're any sort of pro member, business or individual, you'll have access to our paid events. Now, we have done a lot of free events for our community over the years, and we've noticed that now's the time to start drilling down on smaller groups around specific opportunities and ramping up the quality of the content that we're offering you. So brand leaders will take place on 25th of November. We will be announcing the Co-Leadership Awards at an event in the evening of that day. And in the afternoon, we're going to be showcasing the inside story on 4 businesses that are really at the top of their game when it comes to sustainable fashion. So we're not only going to be representing what they've done, but how they've done it. We'll be getting to the heart of how they went about achieving success with their products, their sales strategy, their product strategy, their communication strategy. And we'll be sharing that with you in a format where you can also connect with them directly online. And that's why we're reducing this down to people who we know are really committed to building business or learning about others and making a difference in the fashion industry. So you can attend Brand Leaders. The registration will go live shortly. To be a part of it, you need to be a premium member on Co. We're also running a second version of Co Expo, which the first one took place earlier this year in July, brought together over 2,400 representatives from across the board, from major brands to new startups. As a supplier member, you can upgrade as a business to access projects, notice boards, and premium profile, but you can also upgrade to our Expo membership, which gives you the opportunity for additional spotlight for your business. Now, Expo isn't just a once a year thing. It's a part of the website, like a marketplace for our suppliers, which is there all the time. It's matched with individuals. It allows to put the spotlight, and with buyers, it allows to put the spotlight on exemplary suppliers. And part of the reason for doing it is that we want to, just like the Leadership Awards, put this really look at those who are making a difference. So to participate in Co Expo, to create a business profile on Co, you don't need to meet any criteria. Your ranking determines how many views and how often how much presence you have on the site, but you don't have to have any sustainability criteria to create a business profile. To participate in Co Expo, you need to meet our same thing, leadership criteria. We look at the same leadership criteria for suppliers that participate. Now that does 2 things. It really puts the spotlights on suppliers that are genuinely making a difference, and it supports our community, our buying community, our brands, because they know if they come to Expo, there's a level of vetting that we have done against the suppliers that are participating in order to support them to do better. And as part of this building community, next year, we're looking at developing further forum and community capability on Co, what we call Co Circles, that will bring all of this together around events, connections, credits, and the ability to post projects on the site. So a reminder, Co 2.0 launch, we're really excited about it. We've had our heads down on it for the last year, 20th of October. And if you become a pro business member by the 19th before we launch, you'll get £200 off, because we are upping the cost of being part of it. But we also want to reward our loyal members who've been members with us for a while. So anybody who joins as a member before that date will stay on the lower price, at least for the next year, so they can promote their business. Thank you. Marielle, do you have any final words?
I am very, very excited of what's coming up. I cannot look forward to tell you more and more. Check out our newsletters. We're going to be putting in the spotlight to the community. So I'm hoping that everybody that has access to the notice boards, please check it out. Update your events, your new product launches, because we're going to be putting that, and also filling in more stories about the community and our launch of 2.0. So very exciting things coming. And if you have questions about pricing, how do I boost my business profiles, contact us, message us. So join Co, and that's where you will find the Co team and the Co community. So this was a great webinar, and I'm looking forward for more connections with the community.